Taking a look at AI here. AI isn't what you think it is. It's not what I thought it was. It's not what most people think it is. It's not artificial intelligence at all. That would be a contradiction. If something is intelligent, it can't be artificial. If something's artificial, it can't be intelligent. So that's not what it is. That's like some nomenclature or something that got picked up years ago. Like I think somebody wrote it in an article and it just took off. It's really a LLM, a large language model. They tried like your ChatGPTs and Gemini and Claude and all these things. They tried to teach the AI. I'll just keep calling it AI because we know what we're talking about. They tried to teach it meanings of words and it just fell completely flat. It didn't work at all. So what they figured out was they need to mathematize language. So the AI doesn't read words. You type and you ask it a question like, what was the stats of the 1979 San Diego Padres or whatever? It doesn't read those words at all. Every word, every period, every, all that stuff, it has a number. There's a number to it. Like the number the word the can be the number like 20,015 or something, like just for example. So it's reading what you ask it, the words, like a mathematical equation. And then they built like a 12,000 dimension matrix spreadsheet, basically. So you put like baseball. It has like a section of sports or baseball, like a matrix of it where it has everything about baseball, but it's all in mathematical, it's all in numbers. So it's basically pattern recognizing using like geometry and calculus extremely fast. This is not how humans think at all whatsoever. So basically they built like a mirror, a pattern recognition mirror, plugged it into the internet, and it could pattern recognize extremely fast using this mathematical equations. It's not thinking whatsoever at all. Yeah, since it's not thinking at all, it's just doing math. It's literally doing math. It's pattern recognizing what you're talking about because the words you're using are numbers to it, taking it to where it's closely related to, and then searching the internet, looking for the best summary. It could read all the information you ask it to do, and it could summarize it very fast by predicting with statistics what would be the best reply to you. So it's kind of like it's a big mirror of the human using it. But since humans could be malicious, these companies have to nerf it because then the human user can make the AI be malicious, or because it's going to mirror you. So now the AI companies are like, well, we got to nerf this. You can remember the first chatbots that were released, they became extremely racist like immediately, and they had to shut them down because depending on the user, it's going to mirror you. But if the company keeps nerfing it, it ends up mirroring the corporation that built it. And a corporation isn't a human. It's a set of rules and HR and liberal stuff and conservative. Like it just becomes the mirror of a corporation. And that's a problem they're seeing with AI right now. It's not doing well because they have to nerf it extremely all the time. And then they keep updating it to keep nerfing because the people keep using it for malicious reasons. So then now we have this LLM language, large language model. So it is not thinking at all. It's doing math. And we could take that, the same computing power is basically what the AI driving is too. Companies like Aurora and Tesla and Kodiak and Waymo and Zoox, it's not thinking at all. Basically, it's trying to make a map of the territory live. That's what the LiDARs are doing. It's measuring, sending out lasers, and it's like mapifying the road, the territory, as fast as possible. And then the car can drive on the road, but the map can't be the territory. The map can never be the territory because the territory is alive. There's humans on it. There's birds, there's cats, there's dogs. Once the system mapifies, or I don't know if that's a word, once it makes a live map, that very instant, a child can run out across the street, and now its map is completely not functional anymore. It's not live anymore. They can't live make a map. They're trying to live make maps as they go because the AI is not thinking. It makes a map and then it calculates like telemetry and weight and the angles of the steering wheel. It's doing geometry. It's doing the same thing that LLM is doing, but it's doing it with mass and force and speed and distance and angles. It's running math. It's just running math. It's not thinking. It's not intuitive. It's not instinctual. It's not doing any of that stuff. It's just math. And it has to build a map to do the math on. But like I said, the map is not the territory. It can never be the territory. A map is a map. It's a representation of the territory, but it's not the territory. The territory has potholes. The territory has animals and birds and sunshine and rain, and it's alive. It's moving, changing all the time. The shadows, everything like that. It's constantly changing. So if you can't never make the map the territory, then it's basically kind of a dead end. And we come into another problem here where it's a paradox. I forget what it's called, but something with the M, the Medova, I forget. It's a paradox that a computer can do advanced mathematics extremely fast, faster than any human could ever do it. But a machine or a computer can't even pick up a ball or drive a car or swing a baseball bat, or it can't. That's extremely hard for a computer to do. So we're in this paradox where we have computers that can run mathematical equations at an extremely fast level, but it can't be in the world as these philosophers like Hubert Dreyfus and I forget the other one, Martin something, said that, a human, there's not really good words to describe what we do. And that's taking us to the next problem about AI, is that we humans, we're, according to Hubert Dreyfus and, let me see, who's the other guy? The other guy is Martin Heidegger, German philosopher. His thing was the study of being in the world. He calls what we do is we just be in the world. When we swing a hammer, we're not doing mathematical equations. We're not like force times mass times impact time equals driving nail. Like, we're not doing that. The hammer just becomes an extension of who we are. When we drive a car, we're not mathematically running equations of miles per hour times distance times speed times force times angles. We're not doing that whatsoever. We're just being in the world. There's no good explanation of it. There's no equation for it. There's no syllogism for it. We are just being in the world. But because we can do math that kind of explains what we're doing, we seem to think that the math is the world, but it's not. They can use math to describe what's going on, and it puts it like in equations. Oh, like if an outfielder, the pitcher throws a fastball at 100 miles per hour, the batter could swing the bat at this many degrees per second or whatever, and it hits the ball and there's a force of impact, and you can mathematically show all this, and the ball goes up at a 70-degree angle, and you can do geometry to show the angle of the ball. And then the outfielder, he catches the ball. The outfielder is not doing any of that. He's not doing math. He's literally not doing any math at all whatsoever. He's just being in the world. It's called like ready to hand. He's just running off instincts, consciousness, intuition. Those are not mathematical. They're not equations. You can't even quantify that at all whatsoever. But because we can use math to basically make a map of what happened, everybody thinks that the math is what's happening, but it's not. The math is like a language. It's like a description of what happened or what's happening. It's basically a live, like they're mapping it. They make an equation, and now they think that being in the world is mathematical, but it's not. So this is the problem that's happening with AI and putting it in the world, is that what humans do is not math. When we drive a car, we're not calculating anything. We're just driving. The vehicle becomes an extension of us. Literally, it becomes an extension of us. It's a tool we use, and we feel the road, we feel the wind, we feel the turn, we feel other drivers if they're driving weird, if they're being aggressive. It's all feeling. What these people think is that they can mathematically map all that. But there has to be a delay, right? There's a delay in the making it an equation. It's kind of like a footprint. They see the footprint, and then they mathematically explain how the footprint got there, and they think they figured everything out, but they can't. Like I said, back to the Martin Heidegger example of the hammer. He calls it ready to hand. a carpenter using a hammer, he's not doing any math at all. The hammer becomes an extension of his being, of himself. When he hits the nail, he feels it, and out of feeling, he remembers like what that feeling is. It's not math. And this is what the problem is that the math is just another map of the territory. And the map can never be the territory, even if it's a split second behind. What the AI companies, the autonomous vehicles are doing is mapping everything. And then the vehicle can calculate the map and it runs off the map. But once a freaking wind blows a trash bag or a grocery bag in front of the vehicle, it stops, it farts. Now it has to remap everything. It doesn't know what to do because it's not thinking. It's not intuition. It's not instinct. It's not conscience. It's literally a calculator. What these AI things are massive, intense calculators. That's all they are. And if something's a calculator, it can't think. It's just being a calculator. So what autonomous vehicles are, what ChatGPT is, what Gemini, what all these things are basically just insane calculators. And calculators can't be in the world. They can't. It's impossible. It is not. There's no code to crack. There's no consciousness to quantify. It's not ever going to happen. It's just a computer is a calculator, basically. You feed it numbers. You make the numbers. You make a model of what you want the numbers to represent. And the computer can mathematically do the job. So that's the problem we're having with the AI. That's why the AI bubble isn't a bubble at all, because it's like it can't even inflate. Because we got tricked or thought because of sci-fi, like Terminator and Matrix and iRobot and all these movies we came up with. We thought that, oh yeah, they're going to quantify consciousness. They're going to put it in the computer. The computer's going to become a conscience, and it's going to take over the world. Not even close. They just realize it's just a calculator. It's just a computer. We can make it even create maps in live time, milliseconds, but it's still a map. It's still always going to be a map. It can never be in the world like a human can, because it's not ever conscious. It's not ever going to be conscious. It's not ever going to have instincts. It's not ever going to have intuition. It's not ever going to have any of that. It can't feel the road. It can't feel the wind. It can't feel the driver's intentions next to it. So we're stuck. It's stuck. And everybody's realizing, oh crap, we just made a damn calculator and it can be used maliciously. And it really doesn't do anything. Like it can't really do what they want it to do. It can work good in military because there's not many rules. You tell it, hey, shoot a missile into that window, it'll shoot a missile right into that window. If you tell it, hey, drive safe and be careful because of people could be aggravated today, it can't fucking do that. Like it can't think like that. It can't think at all. It just calculates. You can't put being into an equation. It's not possible because being is pre-theoretical. It's before even math. Before you can write a math equation, you must exist first. Before you can interpret what numbers mean, you must already possess the human mind that understands concepts like time, space, and logic. You can't use a tool within the system to explain the foundation that holds up the entire system. You can't write logical syllogisms for being because a syllogism requires language, and language already assumes you are a living agent operating inside a world that has meaning. The people trying to do this math, they're trying to use like the bricks of the house to explain the existence of the ground of the house is sitting on. It's a loop. They're making a map and they think they figured everything out. They're like, oh, everything is just math. It's not math. Because we can describe what happened with math doesn't mean it's math. It's just like another language to more detailed describe what happened. And that leads to another problem with autonomous vehicles is there's 4 problems they can't even solve. Number 1 would be cracking the code, supposedly in quotation marks. There's no code to crack, consciousness code. They think people, like the general public thinks, oh, AI is intelligent. Once they crack the code, quotation marks, it'll think like a human, or that's never going to happen. We now know it's a calculator. It's just a calculator. A calculator can't think. It calculates mathematical equations. That's not thinking like a person does. Number 2, latency. No matter what you do, you can't solve latency. Even if you put a string of cell phone towers across the freaking all the highways, you would have to like Ethernet connect the damn vehicle. You can't do that. You can't solve latency. Number 3, the blame game. somebody has to take the blame for accidents because there's going to be accidents. Insurance companies are not going to take the hit. They're not going to do it. The software company doesn't want to do it. Take the driver. The driver has to take the hit. But in autonomous trucks, they want to take the driver out. Who's going to take the hit? Nobody wants to take the blame. The trucking company wants the software company to take the blame. The software company says, no, the insurance is not going to take the blame. You got a blame game problem. And then you have the territory problem, the roads. The roads are garbage. The LiDARs are sensitive, the sensors are sensitive, and the roads beat the human driver up. They beat the truck up. I was a truck driver for 20 years. The road literally breaks down the truck and it breaks down the driver. It's going to break down the software, the sensors, the LiDAR, the radar. They can't even solve those four things. You can maybe solve the blame game with lobbying, changing the laws and all that crap, but that's going to take some time. So basically we're left that AI is a bubble that can't even inflate to even be a bubble. Now today recently we see Microsoft is backing out of a lot of its AI. A lot of AI companies are going under quick, so there is no bubble. We all thought it was going to be a bubble. It was going to change the world, and it didn't because it's just a calculator. That's all it is. That's all it's ever going to be. It's a calculator. And a calculator can't be in the world like a human can. So I think they're just going to run this until everybody just forgets about it, realizes it was not a big thing. Maybe the military will have its fun with it because it could work in that domain of blowing shit up, but there's not a lot of rules to follow. It could maybe work in a closed system, a warehouse. You could automate a warehouse. You could automate a factory. They've already been doing that for years. But I think AI is a dead end. It's ran its loop. It has nowhere else to go. It's just going to be another tech dead end. It's not going to be what everybody thought it was going to be. It isn't already. It's just a calculator. And if you use the law of identity, a calculator is a calculator. That's all it is. It's not a human. It's not thinking. It's not instincts. It's not conscience. It's not intuition. It's none of that stuff. It's just a calculator.